Okay, everybody. On this video, we're going to talk about how to process email and get things done. Okay. The things I'm going to show in this video, I did not come up with this. I learned it from several books, especially the book by Mike Allen, Getting Things Done. So first thing, this inbox looks terrible because it has lots of things here, and it's hard to work like this. So we're going to make some labels. So just open any email. And here you see labels. So you're going to create this label 1, just the number 1, create new, and you hit create. And you're going to create another label, the label number 2, and you create this label. These labels are going to show up here. Now under the number 1, we're going to create some sub-labels. Add a sub-label. So here, add a sub-label, and this sub-label we're going to call to do, and you got to expand to see this. I'm going to create another sub-label that is waiting, another sub-label that is useful information. And I think that's it. Okay? So all of the emails that you receive will fall into one of these categories. It's either something you have to do, it's either useful information that you need to save it for later, or it's something that you're waiting. Like you send an email to a teacher and they're supposed to reply, you're waiting. Or if you're doing a group project, you did your part and your friends are supposed to do their part, you are waiting for that. Okay? So you can put a label on it. It could be a sent email, it could be a project that you're working on, okay? So these could be ongoing things. If it's not one of these 3, you should just hit this button and archive it. It's not deleted, it's on your all mail, okay? But you want this inbox to be really close to 0, okay? So and now here on this number 2, we're going to add sub-labels, and these are actions. These are things you're going to do, okay? For example, print, okay? Like you have a paper and you have to print something. So that's an action, okay? Another action that you may have to do a lot is talk in person, okay? Or maybe talk with teacher. If this is something you have to have a personal conversation, you're going to talk with your teacher. Another action, what are some actions that students have to do all the time? Like you read an email, like, oh man, you have to print, huh? Study, okay, what else? Huh? Yes, I'm recording this right now. You can participate. Follow up, maybe follow up or double check. This is something I do a lot. Double check. Like, did this really get done? When is it really the deadline? Okay. Another action is send text message. Right? You read something and the email has some sort of information like, man, the next action I need to do, I can't do this right now, but I'm going to put this label here to send a text message. So let's practice and let's do a few of these. The rule is, if you can do whatever it is in less than 2 minutes, you should do it immediately, right then at that moment. But if you cannot do it in that moment, or something's going to take more than 2 minutes, you put it on your system. And the system is these labels, okay? I'm going to change this color here. You can choose whatever color you want. I'll make this guy red. Useful information. Maybe green. Okay, and waiting. I'll put a blue. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's do a pretend. Okay. This email here is let's pretend this is something that my boss sent me, Mr. Fryer, and he's like, it's something I have to do. Okay. So I'll drag this label here and I'll drop it here. It says, see, it shows to do. Let me minimize this. to do, and what I have to do is to print something, okay? This is an attachment I have to print and sign it. So I can't do this right now, but I put it on my system, and I'm going to archive it. That way it's not here in front of me, distracting me, okay? And I'm going to open this email, and let's pretend, you know, right now media sent me something, I already replied, I'm waiting for them to fix my account or something. Then I'll say, okay, here I'm just waiting. I don't have to do anything, I'm just waiting. So once I put this here, I can archive it, okay? And let's pretend here's another email. This is just useful information. This has the deadlines for map testing or the deadlines for the basketball tournament. So I say, this is useful information. I don't have to do anything. I just need to remember this. And here's Mr. Winger. We're talking about the printer. Is the printer going to work? I'm going to double check this. Okay, this is something I have to do. I have to double check. Maybe I have to talk with Mr. Briner. Okay, so I can put these labels here and archive these things. And the idea, I'm going to cheat here a little bit. I should archive all these messages. I'm going to select all the messages and I'm going to archive it. Okay, yes, all 412 messages. This is going to take a moment. Ta-da! This is beautiful. Your inbox should look like this at the end of the day, or at some point in the day, your inbox should look like this. Where is all this stuff about? No, it's not here. What do I have to do? You click here. These are the things you have to do. You have to print this, and you have to talk with this teacher. This is your to-do list. Okay? What are the things I'm waiting for? Well, I'm waiting on this here. They have to fix something. Okay? I'm waiting on this. Okay? When this is done, once they fix this, I click here, remove label. I'm not waiting on anything. Okay? Man, there was something I needed to remember. What is the deadline? This is useful information. Okay? The deadline is here. The deadline for the basketball tournament is on this email here. Okay? If you come here and you print. I go here, I print this thing. You can delete the email. If you delete, it's going to be gone forever. Or you can just hit this here. It's gone. It's not there anymore. You don't have to do this anymore. If you make a mistake, you undo. It's back. Okay? But here, I actually did it. I printed it. Okay? Now listen, if you print, the next thing is to turn it in. This is another action. I'm going to add this here. Okay? Turn it in or hand it in, whatever. Turn it in. Okay? So this happens a lot. This is how I run my project. Okay, I did this. I printed. The next action, turn this in. The next day when I come to school, I look here. What are the things I have to do in school? Okay, I have to turn this in and I have to double check this because I have to talk to this teacher. I go here. When I talk to the teacher, I can click here, okay? If not, I do it here. Now here's the nice thing. You can click here. What are all the things I have to print? Well, right now there's nothing I have to print. What are the things I have to turn in? I only have to turn in one thing. What are the things I need to double check? I need to double check this. What are the things I need to talk with the teacher? Okay? So when you click on these labels, every message that has this label will show up here. So this helps you to stay very organized. Because then you could see all the things you have to do, or you could see all the things you have to print, or you could see all the things you have to turn in, or you could see all the things that you're waiting. Okay? So, questions or comments? Okay, guys. So this is how you can get organized with your Gmail. You create some labels. You create this label 1 and sub-labels, so these guys are always at the top, these guys are at the bottom. You can always add more labels below it, but I hope this helps you to stay organized with your email.